Hey everybody, Mel Bell here with your weekly angel reading. Thank you for visiting. If you are new here, I do weekly angel readings as well as monthly readings for all of the astrological signs. And so I'm going to dive in here. When we do the weekly angel readings, we're going to, at the end, finish off with a question. So if you have a question on your heart that you need an answer for from the angels, you can think about it now, or you can pause the video later towards the end and think about it and then hit play. So let's just dive right in. In the self position, we have inner child healing. Okay, so this is you right now. So this can express itself in many different ways. It can express it in creativity. So right now I'm seeing somebody do arts and crafts, painting, crafting something, knitting, crocheting. When you do something creative, you're tapping into your inner child. And also if you do things that bring you joy, that is inner child energy. That is where you are touching that part of yourself that is a source of a lot of power. So when we think about our inner child, or when we think about children in general, sometimes we think about they need to be protected. They're so vulnerable. But there is this power. There is this power that the inner child has, the creative power, that part of you that existed before society made you start putting up walls or shaping your personality. So when we heal that part of us, we come back to a place of innocence and purity. And it's one of the parts of us that is most connected to a higher power in its purest form. Okay, so to access your inner child and to bring about inner child healing, find ways to be creative. That can be playing an instrument, that could be writing a poem, that could be writing a story. Like I said, knitting, painting, beadwork, whatever it is that, if you say, I'm not a creative person, everybody's creative in one way or another. You might be really creative when you create spreadsheets. Like, it goes beyond just the common arts and craft topics. It is what sparks that creative part of you. Now moving on, we've gotten this over and over again. Earth and ground, I want to say this isn't the situation. And for today, for this message, I believe it's talking about earth changes, making sure that you are being prepared for storms, and making sure that you have things in place. All your batteries are refreshed, and you know where your flashlights are, things like this. That's not a warning to anybody, because I think people immediately think fearfully, but this is just being prepared. Being prepared, understanding the earth is going through changes, understanding that we're going through changes because we're part of the earth, and being grounded, rooted, will make us feel more stable when things get a little chaotic. So keep that in mind, that you want to be connected to the earth. And I'm seeing gardening. I'm seeing plants, house plants, things like that, to bring nature in. So as it gets colder outside, and some people do suffer from seasonal depression, if that is you, bringing plants into the home will help. And if you need, you know, like I believe in Washington, a lot of people will have plant lights, so that in the house for themselves, to make sure that they are getting enough sunlight. So the energy coming in is Sacred Plan. So I really love this card, and I love that that image for this card. So this card is basically talking about your alignment with your divine plan, and also with changes to what your plan is. So maybe you've been riding the wave of a life purpose that you have wanted to manifest, and maybe for years you were inspired and going forward with that plan, and now you're like feeling like something's changed. That's not what I want to do anymore. You don't have to feel guilty about that. You can embrace the new, and don't feel like you are failing. Things are just shifting and changing. What may have been exactly what you needed to do in the past does not necessarily mean it's what you need to do now and in the future. Things shift. Hold on. Sorry. Things shift, things change, and it's okay not to fight that, and kind of go forward with excitement of what this new thing is going to be for you. And that's definitely inner child energy. That's definitely inner child energy, that excitement for the future, that innocence of this could be really great. The hope, being an adult can really dim hope, wishes, things like that. The inner child still believes in magic. And the challenge is ease and grace. So maybe you are struggling a bit balancing and dealing with these energies, as they say. And maybe you just need to take some time to get grounded and find your center. Find your center. So sometimes we just need to stop and take a few deep breaths and get ourselves realigned. Like, there's so much going on that sometimes I think it's like we're walking like this, like slanted. And when we take that moment, we're able to do that, recalibrate, and come back into our best alignment. So things can knock us out of alignment. In the wild card is divine timing. So basically, your timing is not divine timing. Okay, our conscious earthly selves have an idea of how we want to see things done and how we want to see them manifest. But that doesn't align with the divine timing. Our higher self is very much aligned with divine timing. So sometimes things that we want to do involve other people that are not ready. Those people, we're aligned with them to accomplish something. And so in order for it to be manifest as a possibility even to do, everybody has to be ready. Everybody has to be aligned. Now, if some of those people just never are ready, they can be, other people can move into their place for you. But the goal is that these people that you aligned with initially are the ones that you will fulfill the story with. So keep that in mind. It's not always about you. It's not always a failure. It's not always you're not doing enough or doing it the right way. Sometimes it's just timing isn't right. Sometimes it's that you're still going for that old plan and you need to reassess what it is you want. And is it what you want, or are you just telling yourself an old story because you invested so much in it? It's hard for you to let it go. And that's very difficult if you've put, so much time and energy into it. And then in the future, your future is signs and reminders. So I would say full moon is coming up, And also keeping in mind that the way that the angels communicate with you can be through numbers and seeing feathers and synchronistic events and kind people. Sometimes we might be walking by a couple of people sitting having coffee and we hear just a sentence or something that somehow piques our interest because it connects with something that we were thinking, that we were reading, and sometimes it's like there's not a message there. The synchronicity is the message, and the angels are simply saying, "We hear you, we are with you, and we are helping." So sometimes it's not like, "Oh, I saw these feathers. What am I supposed to do?" Sometimes it's just, "Oh, thank goodness the angels are with me. They're telling me that they're here and they hear me and that they're supporting me." And that's the message. It's not always an action item. For me, that's definitely challenging because I like action items, but it's not always that. Sometimes it's just a nice message for you. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card from the Archangel Power Tarot by Radleigh Valentine. These cards that I just pulled from are Kyle Gray. Please like, share, subscribe if you know somebody who likes angels. Please share with them anything that you feel called to do. I appreciate your support in any way. Put that one right there. And I guess that one flew out, so we'll just use that card. See what this card has to say to us. 3 of Gabriel. Prosperity arising from wise planning. Time to take the next step. Optimistic plans that turn out as expected. So if there are things that you are trying to manifest that you want, especially in the way of finances, money, I see long-term financial goals. I don't see like immediate satisfaction, more something that's going to impact you long-term. To know that if you are thinking about something that needs to work out for you so that a year from now, mid next year or something, that it is going to be there for you, then this card is saying that yes, this is going to work out perfectly for you and everything is in place as it needs to be right now. And I'm going to pull a card from the Archangel Oracle deck. Moving fast here in this weekly angel reading. So yeah, that prosperity message, definitely about things you've already put in place. If you're wanting to pinpoint what that might be talking about, just know that things are going to turn out as expected. All is well. All is well. Okay, so if you have worries, know that all is well, and try to erase those worries and replace it with hope. And when you can't do that, it's helpful to embrace the inner child, get into creative projects, because then you're turning your back away from worry, and you are providing creative energy to positive solutions. You are basically generating energy for the universe to use, for divine beings to use for your benefit. Okay, so here's a card. Woo! Look, see? Prosperity. How could we possibly have made that happen other than the beautiful energy and power of the angels? Okay, Archangel Ariel, your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. If you are unsure about what your dreams should be, maybe you just feel a little lost, you can ask the angels to help you. You can ask your angels to help you tap into your inner child and dream again. So, you know, if you've lost hope, maybe you need renewed hope. Ask the angels. Ask the angels. People go through life feeling like they're doing this all by themselves when you have access to helpers, divine helpers that actually love you very much and want you to have your best life on this planet. So you don't have to go it alone. You can have that support. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the angel answers. If you have a question, ask your question. Angels, what is the answer to the question that's on our hearts right now? I feel very sing-songy. I feel very harmonious. I feel like dancing. Interesting. I don't know why, but it feels very nice. This energy that I'm feeling right now feels very nice. And okay, here it is. It's this one. Oh, yay. I'm so happy. So this is big happy changes. All right. So that goes in alignment with our reading entirely. So whatever your question is, anything that happens is for the highest good, for your best good, for your most positive outcome. What is going to impact you the most? I see long-term changes that create a ripple in your life that shifts things to a more positive track. Almost like I see train tracks, and you know how there's certain junction points where the train can go on a different track. I feel like you're approaching a moment like that so that you can get on a better track, and yeah, all is well. So what I would want to leave you with is to really take some time to enjoy yourself and not worry. Try not to worry. Distract yourself if you have to. If it's just binging something on TV, even if you just can't bring yourself to do anything creative, use some kind of distraction to not worry, because they need you in this space where you're not counteracting the good. Okay, and worrying, gnawing at it is not going to help. And things are going to 100% manifest, it sounds like, but it can be diluted by that energy, can be diluted by that doubt. So if you can't contribute anything positive to it, it's better that you turn your back on it and not bother with it. Okay, so I hope that is helpful to you guys. Don't forget to hydrate, drink lots of water, lots of green vegetables, keep your vitamin D levels up. As we go into winter, we will start seeing a decline in that naturally because we're not getting as much sun. So take care of yourself, and I hope you guys have a great week.